right, today we are going to do arms and abs. So I would love for you to have a Swiss ball, because especially when you're doing some of the upper body workouts, because it helps keep your core engaged. But if you do not have one, then just grab you a chair and still do the exercise. So are you ready? Here we go. Our first exercise that we are going to be doing is a shoulder overhead press. Now I want you to be sitting on a core ball. Now if you don't have one, or if your balance is not real good, then you can grab a chair. But this is great to keep your core stable. You do not want the core ball moving around. So it's just an added extra core exercise. So if you cannot do overhead shoulder presses because you have shoulder issues, then I want you to do this, okay? And drop down the weight if that is an issue. So we're gonna do every minute on the minute. So here we go. So shoulder press. Notice that I'm coming down right in line with my shoulders, and I am using my mind to muscle connection. So I'm actually pulling up with my shoulders. So I want you to make sure, and I want you to do the same thing, okay? If you feel like you are maybe pulling up with your elbows, you want to actually be pulling up with your shoulders. Notice how my core ball is staying stable. You want to make sure that it's not rolling around if it is, or if you have balance issues, then definitely use a chair. But this is a great added way to make sure that you are keeping that core pulled in and that you are using your core. Remember, we use our core more ways than just actually doing core exercises. Give me 10 more seconds. All right, take your rest time. So when you're resting, we're gonna take a 30-second rest. I want you to roll out your shoulders, roll them forward, roll them backwards. This is just a great way to loosen them up. And again, if you can work up to a core ball, it is a great way to just do some added core exercise. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Now I'm gonna show this way. Now remember, if you have shoulder issues, drop down your weight, or you can do this alternative. But if you don't, let's do shoulder raises. Now, a lot of women like to ignore the shoulders, and remember, if you have good shoulders or kind of get your shoulders a little bit more broad, then that actually makes your waist appear smaller. So do not skimp on your shoulder exercises. And then also, if you want to, wear a top that shows your shoulders, we all want beautiful, strong shoulders, and it also helps with posture. I have extremely weak shoulders. It does not matter how long I train. If I skip out on my shoulders, then that is the first thing I will just lose any gains in my shoulders. I just naturally have weak shoulders. And I have poor posture, especially sitting behind a computer. With my app, I have to really be mindful of my shoulders. And so I do like to work my shoulders just to keep them strong and also to help with my posture. All right, 15 more seconds. You should be feeling the burn. And again, if you need to rest, if you need to switch out your dumbbells, always just have them, laid out next to you. You may do the first 2 sets with a certain weight, and you may have to drop down that 3rd set, and that is okay. You may not have slept well, the night before, or you may have been up with a child, and so just remember, you just do your best. Do not feel like if you have to drop down to a lighter weight. Okay, you ready? Here we go. I had oral surgery, and I was lifting extremely heavy, and then when I had oral surgery, it got me real dizzy, and I had some issues afterwards, and I had to drop down. I was lifting 25 pounds, and I had to drop down the can. So remember, everyone, we just go through seasons of life, and so do not stop working out. Do not stop doing anything. Just drop down your weights and then just work your way back up. Keep that core pulled in. Remember, we're always using our core. Even when you're, driving in your car, keep that core pulled in. Try to not just relax it. It's so easy to just keep it relaxed. And if you, 10 more seconds, if you work from home, I really do encourage you to get a Swiss ball rest and use it. I will use it when I'm sitting behind my app to just make sure that it keeps my core in, because when we sit in a chair, it's just so easy for us just to get relaxed. So this helps keep your core stable, and it also helps with your shoulders. So our next exercise, and I really want you to be mindful of this. So I do not want you to go out to the side. I want you to kind of go diagonal, and I want you to pull up with your shoulders, okay? So let's do the first set and drop down if you need to. Pull your shoulders back, and here we go. So again, I want you pulling up with your shoulders, leading with your elbows. Notice when I come down, I'm still keeping the tension. I'm not dropping my dumbbells all the way down. Now, if you have to rest at any time, feel free to do so. But I want you to not, I don't want you to just drop. I want you to keep the tension. And again, you do not have to go at my pace. You may be lifting heavier than me, or you may, be lifting lighter than me. So remember, we're doing this for a minute. So I want you to go at your own pace. And if you need to stop and kind of shake out those shoulders, feel free to do so. 20 more seconds. And again, women, we carry our stress on our shoulders. So it really is a great, you really need to be just, working those shoulders. It's just a great way to strengthen your shoulders and to help with the stress. So a lot of women really do lift a lot lighter when it comes to shoulder exercises, because we do carry so much stress, but you still need to work your shoulders. So don't neglect them at all. Okay, we're gonna take our rest time. Again, try to keep that core ball balance. Mine's probably moving because of me talking, but really just be real mindful. Pull that core in. All right, here we go. And I am pulling up with my shoulders. I'm leading with my elbows. You're doing great. "30 more seconds, you can do it." If you have to stop and shake out those shoulders, feel free to do so. And you know what? Even if you have to drop and do your arms, really what you can do is kind of feel like as someone is pressing down on your arms, and use that mind to muscle connection. You can still get a good workout by doing this. Again, okay, we're gonna take our rest time. Again, after I had my oral surgery, I was lifting 25 pounds with my shoulders, and I had to go back down with cans. And because it was between my competition after the first of the year, so know that, I've had to work my way back up. So it is very, very normal. Women, we can lose our gains so fast. And I always say, do not miss 3 days of exercising, because it'll take you back a week. It really, really will. All right, here we go. And one more set. Especially as a fitness trainer, it's a great humbling experience to have to drop down to cans. But I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna let anything beat me. And I am going to use those cans and work my way back up. "30 more seconds. You got it. You probably are feeling the burn. If you need to stop and shake out those shoulders, feel free to do so. Keep the tension, keep that core pulled in. All right, take your rest out. And so now we are going to lean over and we're gonna do tricep extension. So I'm gonna kind of show you what we're gonna do, and we're gonna alternate. Okay, so make sure your back is not rounded. Keep everything in line with the body, and here we go. This is what works your back wings, or your triceps. A lot of women will say, I want my bat wings fixed. Well, your triceps is what you want to work. We're alternating. You're doing great. Keep it up, 15 more seconds. Keep going. Go with our second set. Alternate. Now remember to get full extension. If you're not getting full extension when you kick back, then you need to drop down your weight. Also remember, sometimes you may be able to lift more than others. You have to put in account, did you sleep well the night before? Did you work longer hours? Did you work out at a different time? So remember, do not feel like you are getting weaker. You just never know, or you may be recovering from being sick. All right, take your rest time. So remember, there's so much to put into account. Now, obviously you want to get stronger, but remember, you may be running a lack of sleep, or you may be taking care of a sick kid, or you may be extra stressed. So just remember, to always push through, and just as long as you are doing your best every day and trying to get stronger, that's all that matters. And remember, okay, we're gonna do this one more time, alternate. And remember, you always want to get adequate protein, especially post-workout. So definitely make sure you're getting your protein in. Full extension. Fifteen more seconds. You're doing great. You're working those triceps so you can wear those sleeveless tops. All right, take your rest time. Grab your core ball again, or your chair, and I want you to be seated, because when you're seated, you have to keep that core pulled in. All right, so now we're gonna do, let me demonstrate first. So we're gonna do overhead tricep extension. Now notice how I'm dropping the dumbbell just right here. You don't wanna, where you're having to actually, pull with your shoulders. So we're working our tricep. So here we go. Keep that core pulled in. Full tricep extension. We're working our triceps right here. A lot of women think, you need to work your biceps as well, and we're gonna work our biceps, but your triceps are what you see mainly when you're wearing your sleeveless tops. So we wanna make sure and have pretty triceps. Full extension, but do not drop too far down. You're doing great. All right, take our rest time. Again, roll out those shoulders if you need to. Roll out your neck, grab you some water. Step side to side if you want to, but then if I did that right now, my ball would be rolling everywhere. So, and remember to keep your core ball still as possible. I think when I'm talking, I kind of get it rolling around. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Now, if you need to drop down your weight, feel free to do so, but definitely be challenging yourself. Full extension, and you can honestly, like you can maybe, do half of this, and then if you feel like you're getting weak, you can drop down your weight mid-exercise, or you can take a fast little break. Make sure you're breathing. Keep that core ball still. 2 more seconds. All right, take your rest time. And again, really keep that core pulled in. Almost, you take your abdominal and you pull it back and up. So just really make sure and keep that pulled in, keep that core intact. And you can also, like when you're driving down the road, you can practice pulling that core in. Especially someone like me, I have bad posture, and so when my posture goes bad, then my core kind of just, it doesn't stay tucked in. So definitely always be mindful of your core. All right, here we go. Full extension. You should be releasing your natural endorphins. Now remember, the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn through the day. And so we want to make lean, beautiful muscles. It may make the scale go up, but you will have that lean look. Because remember, muscle weighs more than fat. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, take your rest time. All right, now we are going to work the bicep. So I want you to still stay seated on your ball. And what we're gonna do is pull those shoulders back, and we are gonna alternate. Now, when you alternate, I want you to turn that pinky in, because that will help you get that bicep. So you just turn that pinky in, curl it in so that you're making sure and you're getting that bicep. Now, if this is too hard for you to do on the core ball, then feel free to stand up. But I do like to do as much as you can sitting down to make sure that you're keeping that core intact, always using your core muscles, not just when you're doing core exercises. All right, take your rest time. And again, sometimes this is hard for beginners to do your biceps while sitting down. So you can try maybe your second or third set standing up, or maybe sitting in a chair if that's easier. All right, here we go. Alternating. Again, turn that pinky in. It just helps get that bicep muscle. You're doing great. Now make sure you're going all the way up, all the way down. I do see a lot of women, they'll kind of cheat themselves and they will not do full extension. So make sure that you are doing full extension. And if you need to drop the weight, if you're stopping here, then that means you need to drop the weight. So you want full extension. I can actually make because of the mind to muscle connection, I can actually use cans and still can rest and still work my biceps. So a lot of it is make sure you're getting the mind to muscle connection. Do not worry about, you know, if you're not lifting up. Make sure that you're getting good quality control over your exercise before you start upping your weight. So we're gonna do one more set of this. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Alternates. Turn that pinky in. And if I'm going too fast for you, because you maybe have heavier dumbbells, that's okay. Remember, we're doing every minute on the minute. We're releasing those natural endorphins. Turn that pinky in. Ten more seconds. Let's do one more each side. All right, great job. All right, so now we are gonna stand up and I'm gonna demonstrate 21. So it's gonna be 7, 7, 7. So what you'll do is you'll start with your arms down and you'll do 7 here, and then you'll stop here and then do 7 here, and then you'll do full extension for 7, okay? So I would definitely start with a little bit lighter weight the first set so that you can kind of see, because by the time you get to doing it 21 times, it does get heavy. All right, so elbows close to the body. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Full extension. 1. Keep that core in. 2. Do not swing the dumbbells. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, take your rest time. So now we're gonna start the second set. We're gonna start here. So you're gonna start here and you're gonna do 7 here. Then we're gonna go down and then we'll do full extension, okay? So definitely if you feel like you need to drop your weight, this is the time to do it, because this is a lot harder than what it seems. All right, are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, keep that core in. 4, 5, 6, 7. All the way down, halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Full extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't swing the dumbbells. 7. All right, full extension. Okay, take your rest time. So make sure if you're not getting full extension, then I want you to drop your weight, okay? So remember, it is quality of the exercise, not quantity, okay? So we want really good quality because that will get that definition and that pretty muscle faster. All right, so our last set, we're gonna do full extension first, okay? So just follow along with me. So elbows close to the body, full extension, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All the way down halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, take your rest time. All right, so now we are going to do butterflies. So I want you to lean over, and I want you to feel like you are making a line down the middle of your back, okay? So make sure your first set, do not go too heavy because you want to make sure you're getting full extension and making a line down the middle of your back. All right, here we go. So we're doing lat butterflies. Full extension. Put a line down the middle of your back. You're releasing your natural endorphins. You are going to be burning more calories throughout the day by building muscle. Do not rely on the scale. Rely on how you feel in your clothes. All right, take your rest time. Remember, muscle takes up less space than fat. Such a hard concept because women, we see that scale go up and then we get scared. And so remember, you will feel so much better in your clothes the more muscle you have. So that's building lean muscle. All right, 10 more second rest. We're gonna do those lat butterflies again. All right, here we go. If you cannot get full extension, then drop your weight. Let's do one more. All right, take your rest time. And again, if you need help getting your steps in between your sets, you can walk side to side because every little move that you make counts towards your step go. Grab you something to drink if you need to. And we're gonna do one more set, and then we are going to grab our core ball and we are going to do some core. All right. Okay, lean over. Here we go. Full extension. I'm actually going to grab and drop my weight real fast. So that's how fast you can do it. Anytime you need to drop your weight, Five more seconds. All right, so grab your core ball and we are going to go and we are going to do core work. Now, if you do not have a core ball, then you can do crunches on the floor, but you get better activation if you can use a core ball. So if you're a beginner, I want your hands across your body, but if you're kind of intermediate, advanced, you can have your arms straight out. Now, get back on the core ball, keep your chin tucked, and notice that my core ball is not moving. And I want this slow and controlled. This is great for those who have lower back issues as well. When you come up, breathe out. Give me 5 more. Now notice I'm not coming all the way up. I'm just coming halfway. I'm keeping the tension on my core. 2 more. All right, now I want you to raise up. So make sure that you keep your core pulled in, and notice I'm not coming all the way up just yet. Okay, get back on the core ball. I'm going to show you with my hands out like this. Okay, here we go. Don't come all the way up. Keep enough tension on the core. Come about halfway up. Two more. All right, take your rest time. Now, it's hard to talk and do this. So the third set, I'm gonna come all the way up. Keep your chin tucked. I'm gonna cross my arms over my body. I'm gonna get back in position and come all the way up. Now notice my ball is not moving. Make sure you breathe as you're coming up. Take that breath out. Slow and controlled. 5 more. Push through. One more. Now that you have finished arms and abs, I would love for you to hop on the treadmill, get you a good 15-minute walk without holding the sides, or take a walk around your neighborhood, or just make sure you get your step go in for the day.